Hey guys, I'm Cher Martinetti from the Sci-Fi Fangirls, and joining me right now is Marguerite Bennett, who has like 12 different things going on. Seriously, you're like the Ryan Seacrest of comic book writers.
Oh my goodness, I hope it's like, a good thing.
better, just in the sense that you have like all those jobs. So let's talk a little bit about, what do you want to start with actually?
Oh goodness, I mean, dealer's choice, yeah.
I guess let's start with Bombshells.
Sure.
Okay, so you have it taking place in an alternate universe. And you mentioned that you were really reaching out and speaking to a lot of Asian Americans to incorporate their history. So tell me a little bit about that process.
Oh goodness. So the original Bombshell series, for those who may not know, is an alternate history World War II where the major conceit was that the women came first, and we didn't want to do something where it was like, oh, all the men were stricken by a mysterious plague, or you know, like we didn't want to do some sort of fabricated thing that required the women to step up. It was just entirely voluntary. Just we're just going to roll with it. So often, in order to show that a heroine is strong, you open up with like someone saying something sexist to her, and then she punches him, and it was like, I don't need the reminder of sexism within the giant escapist landscape that we've got going on. So I really just wanted to hit the ground running and have like a fun, complete alternate history. So the comic is a digital first, and so it comes out with 10 pages weekly online on DC's platform, and then it's collected into like a 30-page once a month issue. And so we jumped around from heroine to heroine, and we've got Batwoman is this radio serial adventure reel, and so super cheesy and adventurous, and we've got Supergirl is this propaganda film, and Wonder Woman is this war story, and Zatanna is this black and white Hammer horror film. And so we just sort of defined this universe by the different art and media of the era. And so so Bombshells, the original DC's Bombshells, ran for 33 issues, over 1,000 pages, and
the art is amazing.
Oh yeah, no, Marguerite Bennett.
The statues that they did were ridiculous.
No, Aunt Lucia and Jim Fletcher's designs are just phenomenal, and we had just the most amazing team, and sort of brought the story. It's just sort of the end of essentially it became our Act 1, and went all through these different theaters of war, and then we were relaunching with a new series, which is sort of our Act 2, which is Bombshells United, in the later years of the war. And so we're going to be, essentially, revisiting all the heroines who have already been introduced, and then, finally getting to encounter the people that have been playing very close to the chest, and holding back, essentially every character that you've seen that has a published Bombshells design. If we go long enough, you will see all of them. So I have plans for everybody, and so one of the major things that I wanted to highlight, especially for our first arc, because we're going to a variety of different theaters, the same as the first series, and one of the very first things was revisiting Japanese internment, because that was something that I was at a family reunion recently, and one of my cousins brought up a textbook. We were just talking, and I was leafing through, and we went through World War II, and I was like, there's nothing in here about that. And one of my younger cousins had the same thing, and so I was going through that, and I was like, this isn't here either. But it comes out of highlighting this idea of we say again never again, never again, but the entire idea is that never again is right now. As that you must remain, you are responsible for the world you live in and create. You can't forget these things.
I know that you're also working on Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah.
Total turn,
Sure.
different direction. I know I grew up Hanna-Barbera. What's it like bringing these, classic characters back, and especially with the Riverdale universe, and they're going to be coming back on the show. What's it like bringing them back, and it's everything old is new again?
I'm co-writing with Cameron Diordio, who is one of my friends from grad school. We were both students of Scott Snyder, and then working with Audrey Mock, who has the most lively, wonderful style. And I mean, it's truly incredible. I mean, the amount of things that we were asking for her, from her on every panel and every page, and she delivered just the funniest, body humor, in addition to being able to cram all of our super bantery, punny, horrible dialogues. But it's been really, really fun. That's the place that we just get to laugh the most.